Well. Look who they thought was clueless. Hey, you. Yeah, you. The quiet one. The nice one. The one who doesn't know what's really going on. No cap. You said nothing, but you caught every single lie. And now they're low-key shitting themselves. You feel that, right? That weird tension in the air when you walk into certain rooms. That awkward silence when your name pops up. That sudden, oh hey, how are you? Long time. From people who ignored you when they thought you were stupid. You're not crazy. You're not paranoid. You're not overthinking. You just paid attention, and that scares the hell out of people. Let's talk about that silence of yours, because they mistook it for weakness. They thought your quiet was empty. They thought you were slow, naive, soft, lost. They didn't realize your silence was storage. You were downloading everything, saving every file, faces, words, tone, tiny slips, contradictions, full receipts in 4K. You sat there, listening. They thought you were zoning out. You were actually connecting dots they didn't even know they dropped. And you know what's funny? Liars always think they're smarter than the person they're using. Always. They thought you were safe to lie to, safe to manipulate, safe to gaslight. Relax, you're tripping. You're so sensitive. Why would I ever do that to you? All that fake concern, all that you know you can trust me bullshit. But your gut kept screaming, and you kept it to yourself. You swallowed the arguments. You let the mask stay on their face, even when you'd already seen the cracks. You said nothing, but inside your head, oh, you were laughing. Let's rewind just for a second. Think about how many times you had the evidence right there in front of you. The friend who didn't see your message, but was posting stories all day. The partner who was just tired, but had energy for everyone else except you. The family member who only wants what's best for you, but somehow always wants ya small, quiet, dependent. The co-worker who's on your side, but magically disappears when the credit is being passed around. You clocked it. You saw patterns. You noticed how they talked about other people behind their backs, and realized that's exactly how they talk about you when you're not there. You noticed how their stories never fully lined up, how little timelines didn't quite match. And here's the thing, your brain doesn't forget like they think it does. They think you just move on, but you don't. You stack, you file, you archive. You remember that small comment they said 8 months ago that exposed their whole character. You remember the way they smirked when you were in pain. You remember who stayed quiet when you needed someone to speak up. They lied and lied and lied. You caught everyone. You just chose not to give them the satisfaction of a reaction every time. That's what's killing them now. See, most people are loud about what they know. They confront, they scream, they expose. You went a different route. You didn't flip the table. You didn't beg them to be better. You didn't send essays trying to prove your point. You just watched. You adjusted. You pulled back your energy in small, quiet ways. You stopped sharing certain things. You stopped telling them your good news first. You stopped asking them for advice. You stopped giving them front row seats to your life. You went emotionally offline. To them it looked like you were just busy. To you it was the soft launch of your exit. And now they're confused because the access isn't the same. The vibe isn't the same. You don't laugh as hard around them. You don't open up like before. They can feel it, that distance, that shift, that I see you now energy. That's why they're uncomfortable. That's why they're restless. because deep down they know. You know. Let me say this clearly. You're not stupid for believing them. You're not weak for staying quiet. You're not pathetic for giving chances. You are human. You cared. You loved. You trusted. You wanted to see the best in people who barely had a best to show. They took advantage of your softness and called it stupidity. They took advantage of your empathy and called it easy to manipulate. They thought the game would go on forever, except it didn't. There was a moment, small, private, quiet, where something inside you just clicked. You didn't make an announcement. You didn't post some dramatic quote. You didn't throw a tantrum. You just thought, I see. Got it. And from that moment, the game changed. You have to understand how terrifying that is for people who live on lies, because they need you to be loud, so they know what you know. If you scream, they can strategize. If you confront, they can twist it. If you argue, they can gaslight you and make you doubt your own mind. But when you go quiet, when you don't give them the script, when you just observe, they start spiraling. Did they figure it out? Do they know what I said? Who told them? Why are they acting different? Why are they so calm? That calm energy you have now, that I'm not even mad, I'm just done vibe, that scares people more than any shouting match ever could. Because anger is predictable, silence is not. Here's the part you don't give yourself enough credit for. You could have ruined people. No, really. You could have destroyed some of them socially, emotionally, professionally. You know things that could flip their whole image upside down. You've got information that would have their little "I'm such a good person" mask sliding right off in front of everyone. But you didn't go nuclear. You held it. You watched. You chose peace. Not because you're weak, but because you finally understood your power. You realized, I don't need revenge to win. I just need distance. I just need to stop carrying dead weight. That's the part that really has them shitting themselves. Because now they're not just afraid of exposure. They're afraid of irrelevance. They used to be at the center of your mind. You'd overthink what they said, overanalyze their moods, replay conversations like detective work at 3 a.m. Now, you barely have space for them in your head, and that is punishment they never saw coming. Let's talk about you in the mirror for a second. You're not the same person who sat there swallowing lies like they were medicine. You're sharper now, colder, in a good way. Not heartless, just more selective. You notice tone, energy, inconsistency. You notice who checks on you only when they need something. You notice who magically appears when you're winning, but vanishes when you're struggling. You notice all of it. And instead of confronting every little thing, you just take notes and adjust your distance accordingly. That's growth. You're building a life where people like that can't breathe easy anymore. They can't relax that you're still attached, still dependent, still worshiping their fake persona. No. You're silence now. It's not scared. It's not confused. It's surgical. You know when to ghost, when to gray rock, when to play dumb, and when to simply disappear from a room mentally even while you're standing in it, physically. You used to feel guilty for pulling away. Now you feel relieved. You used to chase explanations. Now you think, if you lied that easily, I don't owe you closure. You used to ask, why would they do that to me? Now you say, of course they did. That's who they are, and I'm not blind anymore. You know what else is powerful? You've started lying less to yourself. You're not sugarcoating people's behavior just because you love them. You're not defending people who wouldn't defend you in a room full of knives. You're not explaining away your own intuition like it's some glitch. You took every lie they told you, and instead of swallowing it, you analyzed it. I didn't mean it like that. You did. You just don't want to take accountability. You're just insecure. No, I'm picking up on things you hope I don't see. You always assume the worst. I just finally stopped assuming the best for people who keep showing me the worst. Now when they say that type of shit, you nod, you smile, you act like you bought it. But internally, you're thinking, lie number 47, logged and archived. You're not going to war with them out loud. You're just quietly letting them in a cage built out of their own bullshit. And let's be real for a second. They feel it. They feel your energy isn't the same. They feel your trust isn't automatic anymore. They see that your eyes don't light up around them like before. They don't know exactly what you know. They just know you know something. That uncertainty eats at them. They replay conversations, trying to figure out where they slipped. They stalk your socials, trying to guess if your posts are aimed at them. They ask mutuals, have they said anything? They test you with little comments to see if you'll react. And you just keep it pushing. You don't give them a performance, you give them nothing. That nothing is loud, that nothing is heavy, that nothing is the sound of their control over you dying. Now listen carefully here. You are not obligated to clear the air with people who set it on fire in the first place. You're not obligated to explain how you caught them. You're not obligated to walk them through their own behavior like a kindergarten teacher. If they really wanted to be good people to you, they wouldn't need a PowerPoint presentation on why lying, using, and manipulating you was wrong. They know. They've always known. That's why they're scared now. Because they know if the roles were reversed and they had on you what you have on them, they'd burn you alive with it. They assume everyone's as cruel as they are. So the fact that you're quiet, calm, and distant, they don't read that as kindness. They read it as danger. Why aren't they saying anything? Why didn't they confront me? What are they planning? Sometimes the plan is simple. You're done. No revenge, no drama, no announcement, just done. Here's the twisted little gift in all of this. Their lies forced you to level up your perception. They trained you, without meaning to spot red flags faster, trust patterns over promises, and choose yourself over being liked. You don't fall for the same tricks anymore. You don't melt over bare minimum effort. You don't confuse love with chaos, attention with affection, or drama with passion. You've become dangerous in the best way. Harder to fool, harder to access, harder to break. You know how powerful that is? You walk through manipulation, gaslighting, fake apologies, half-assed loyalty, and instead of becoming like them, you became wiser. You didn't let their poison turn you into another version of them. You just built a stronger immune system. Now when someone steps to you with that same energy, love bombing, inconsistency, shady behavior, you feel it faster. You're not pressed to prove you're right anymore. You're not obsessed with making someone see what they did to you. You're just like, got it, noted, I'm out. That's Joker level shit right there. Smile on your face, chaos in your story. But this time, you're the one holding the script. Let's talk about what comes next for you. Because this isn't just about sitting in the dark, knowing things. This is about what you do with the awareness. You've seen who's real and who's fake. You've seen who shows up and who disappears. You've seen who loves you and who just loves what you give them. Now you use that. You stop begging for loyalty from people who can't even be honest with themselves. You stop auditioning for roles in lives where you're clearly replaceable. You stop handing out second chances like discount flyers. You become intentional. You put your time, energy, love, creativity, money, effort into people who show you consistency, not just when it's convenient, not just when you're useful. And for everyone else, you stay polite, you stay cordial, you stay distant. They don't deserve access to the upgraded version of you. They earned the memory of who you used to be. That's it. Your silence now isn't the silence of confusion. It's the silence of a judge who already has the verdict. And you know what really flips the script? You start talking again. Not to them, to yourself. You start hyping yourself up the way you once hyped them. You start believing your intuition the way you once believed their lies. You start trusting your own perception more than you trust anyone's excuses. You're crazy. No, I'm informed. You're overthinking. No, I'm connecting patterns. You're holding on to the past. No, I just refuse to pretend it didn't happen. You stop letting people talk you out of what you know. You stop letting them shrink your reality down to what makes them comfortable. You have the data. You have the timeline. You have the emotional scars. You didn't imagine any of it. You survived all of it. You're not the delusional one. You're the witness, and the witness is always more dangerous than the clown in the spotlight. So here you are now, quieter but louder, less reactive but more powerful, less interested in being liked, more interested in being free. You said nothing. You caught every lie. And now, every time they see you, they're not seeing the naive version of you they once enjoyed tricking. They're seeing the one who woke up. You don't have to expose them. You don't have to drag them. You don't have to prove anything. Just keep doing exactly what you're doing. Listening more than you speak. Believing actions more than words. Trusting patterns more than promises. Walking away more than you explain. That's your power. They already wrote their part in your story with their lies. You're just quietly editing the cast list now. And somewhere, right now, there's a person who lied to you, used you, underestimated you, scrolling, pacing, overthinking, replaying, panicking, because they know what they did. They know what you saw. They know what they'd do if they were you. And they have to live with one terrifying question. Why the hell are you so quiet? You know the answer. You don't have to say it. You already won, because that's the part that really messes with their head, right? You walk into a room, same face, same calm energy, and inside you're like, yeah, I know who tried to play me. All good. You're not tense. You're not scrambling. You're not rehearsing arguments in your head anymore. Meanwhile, they're glitching. They overlaugh when you crack a joke. They over-explain simple things. They keep bringing up stories nobody asked for, just to clarify a situation you never even mentioned. That guilty conscience is tap dancing in their chest, and all you did was choose silence and distance. You gotta really let that sink in for a second. Your peace is exposing them more than any rant ever could. You're not chasing who said what. You're not asking people, be honest with me. You're not digging through phones or scrolling like a detective at 3 a.m. You already saw enough. That was the turning point. And yeah, there was a little heartbreak buried in that realization, because part of you wanted to be wrong. You wanted the lies to be misunderstandings. You wanted the fake to actually be loyal deep down. You weren't just losing people, you were losing illusions. That's the part that hurts the most. Not the lie itself, but the death of the version of them you built in your head. The version where they would never do you like that. The version where your love, your loyalty, your effort actually meant something to them. You looked at that version one day and just went, yeah, that person doesn't exist. That's grief. Not just over a relationship, but over your own belief in them. And still, you weren't out here embarrassing yourself, screaming, "You lied to me." You took that grief and quietly started relocating your heart, piece by piece. You stopped depending on certain answers from them, stopped craving certain texts, stopped checking if they watched your story, stopped needing their validation like oxygen. You started feeding yourself what you kept begging from them: respect, consistency, truth. Clumsy at first, sure. You doubled back a few times. You tried to give them just one more chance. But deep down, every chance after the first betrayal felt dusty, didn't it? That heavy feeling in your chest, that was your intuition whispering, "We're done here." You ignored it a couple times. You gave speeches in your head about loyalty and history, but they were there when... And still, the lies kept stacking up. Different day, same pattern, same disappointment. At some point, it stopped being shocking. You stopped being surprised when they let you down. You were just tired. That tiredness, that's the birthplace of your new version. You looked around, emotionally exhausted, and said without even moving your lips, "I'm not doing this with you anymore." Not out loud, not in a text, just in your spirit. That quiet decision changed everything. Your replies got shorter, your time got tighter, your energy got more expensive. You started treating your presence like something people should earn, not something they're automatically entitled to just because they know your name. People feel that shift in ways they'll never admit. They won't say, "I messed up and lost access to you." They'll say, "You switched up." They'll say, "You acting different." They'll tell others, "You're fake now. You think you're better." That's them trying to frame your healing as an insult. You're not fake because you adjusted the role of someone who kept lying to your face. You're not arrogant because you finally realized your value. You're not cold because you stopped emotionally babysitting grown people who know exactly what they're doing. You're just done paying for the same lesson. And here's the wild part. They still want you to play the old version of yourself. They miss the you that doubted yourself, the you that needed their approval, the you that would argue, cry, beg, explain. You took that version off the table. Now they're left with this upgraded you, quieter, stronger, harder to read, harder to reach. That scares them in a way they'll never put into words. Because think about it. You're the one person who could connect all the dots. You're the one who saw them in their worst behavior. You're the one who knows which parts of their good person image are complete fiction. They're walking around with this constant low-level panic like, what if they tell someone? What if something slips? What if the truth comes out? You don't even wake up thinking about exposing them. You wake up thinking about breakfast, bills, healing, goals, maybe a little playlist to survive the day. They wake up thinking about you, not because you're still chasing them, but because you're not. You've become a mirror they can't look into, even when you're not around. Your absence is louder than your presence ever was. They feel it when they try to tell the same lies to new people. Somewhere in the back of their mind, your silence sits there like a ghost in the room. They remember the last time they lied that same way, and how you went quiet after. That's why they check your socials. That's why they randomly pop up like, "Hey, just checking on you. Hope you're good." That's not always concern. Sometimes that's surveillance. They're checking the temperature, trying to see if you're still soft for them, trying to see if they can still tap in whenever life humbles them again. And you, with that little half smirk in your soul, might answer politely, short, simple, civil, nothing extra. They can feel that door isn't wide open anymore. Your energy used to feel like a couch they could crash on. Now it feels like a lobby with security. You're not hateful. You're not vengeful. You're just guarded. And there's this quiet beauty in that. You finally realized your heart deserves standards too. Not just your job, your clothes, your phone, your music, your heart. Not everyone gets access to the deep version of you. Not everyone gets to know your fears, your plans, your insecurities. Not everyone deserves the "I would ride for you at 3 a.m. version.